Did Ninja Kamui fall off? Yes, it did. Let's talk about it.
I'll make you pay, make you pay.
What's up, fans of anime? The anime review that we got today is Ninja Kamui. This anime was recommended to us by this YouTube comment right here. Thank you.
As per usual, we got 5 main categories for you guys: story, characters, animation, pacing, and music. Now let's start off with what I think is the best thing about this anime, the animation. I was not expecting this anime to have this kind of quality in terms of its art style and the movement and the fluidity of its combat. I was expecting something kind of average, I guess, like very minor movements and not one like long shot of everybody moving around. Like
Or not as detailed.
Yeah, not as detailed. So like the first fight where you fought against all those ninjas on the rooftop, it's like a one continuous shot of like really cool and fluid motions, and I just thought, what the heck? Like, I feel like they're just blown out their budget already.
Yeah, the animation is one of the best things about this show, especially if you like to see like a lot of killing going on.
Yeah.
There's like ninja stars being thrown.
Yeah, and
people's
like
head getting sliced off.
And especially like more martial arts, hand-to-hand, sword-to-sword combat kind of thing. At least for the first half. I feel like in the latter half, especially in the mech combat area, whenever there's a mech combat area, I always felt like the animation quality dipped. Did you?
Yeah, it's the CG, it's the 3D. I guess they had to move it slower.
Yeah.
It was a little slower movement. I don't know if that's just because it was like the way the CGI was implemented. Maybe they can't do it as fast enough. I don't know.
When Higan got his first mech, that first fight, I thought, okay, this is cool, but I already noticed that the animation quality dipped because when he was doing that really fast lightning style movement, that's where I'm like, okay, this is where people would usually concede their animations. Like this, I call it DBZ style animation, to where it's kind of like a flurry of punches, but they don't really animate every punch. It's just to like make it look like cool.
Yeah.
That to me, I'm like, okay, this is still cool, but I felt like when he fought Mr. D, is that his name?
The black guy.
Yeah, when he fought him, the animation just went to shit for some reason. That fight was unceremonious for some reason. I don't know why. And I saw that and I thought this was kind of unappealing.
Me personally, I didn't like the mech battles at all. Besides a little bit of the Zai fight and Yamaji to an extent, but everything else, that's everything like the ninja parts. That was like a great animation.
I also really just liked the art style. For some reason, I got Metal Gear Solid vibes, like Metal Gear Solid Rising vibes, I should say.
You like the art style in terms of like the mecha part too?
Yeah, because like when he fought the first evil guy, he had like the the half helmet with the glass and like the full like exoskeleton.
Oh, the
suit.
guy who murdered his family.
Yeah. So like I saw that guy, I'm like, I had flashbacks to like Metal Gear Solid Raiden.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is cool. I like this. And so going throughout of it was also interesting to see another take on America, because this does take place in America. So like I thought that the way that they would have drawn some of the scenes would have been Japanese-ified, like the art style for America.
that's not a word.
I know, but that's the best way I can explain it. I mean, when you see like this really long stretch of road that's just a desert, I'm like, that to me is like the pinnacle of like Southwest America type thing. Like that's like the old like country style area.
Okay.
So the fact that they can actually do that is actually kind of great in my opinion. Now, I know I haven't talked about the story or the characters yet, but I really just want to talk about the music, because the music really amplifies, at least for me, the animation is a lot. Because truth be told, I just felt like this entire anime was just one big anime music video.
The music was the highlight of the show, I would say.
Yeah, because like normally when you get music in anime, it's usually like, an OST background soundtrack, but all of the songs, at least for like the most major fights, were vocal and all in English, mind you. So it's like, I'm like, this just feels like an anime music video.
I feel like, so I watched this in Japanese sub, and I feel like I should have watched it in dub and English dub.
The music was by far the biggest reason why I liked it. Like, it just brought me back to like 2007 when I was watching like Linkin Park AMVs or something like that. Like, this was just such nostalgia for me for some reason. And on top of that, all the animations of the battles were all really good too. So I'm just like, this is just like turn on the TV and just watch like a really good fight happen. That was just what I had throughout the entire anime.
Yeah, I felt like the music definitely made the fight scenes more hype. I feel like without that, I think it would have just been like a regular fighting scene. So yeah, the music is like, to me, the music is like an A+. I mean,
yeah, to me, the music was
great.
The best.
Now with animation and music out of the way, let's actually talk about the actual main point of the whole anime, which is the story. To me, the story started off really nice.
It started pretty cool.
We got Joe Logan. And his family. We perceive him to be, I guess, American in a farm field. I think they're in a farm, right?
It almost looks like they're in Kansas, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, so they're like living like a country life, and his family gets murdered, and then he wants revenge. Obviously, there's ninjas coming and assassinating him, which I thought was crazy. I thought he was trying to cover his tracks.
Yeah, I'm like, this is John Wick, but with ninjas.
It's like survival. Yeah, and then it turns out he's not Joe Logan. He's actually Higan.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, okay, so there's some technology going on.
Yes.
And now when this technology was being implemented, I was like, okay, they have like futuristic
this is like sci-fi
technology.
now.
And I was like, okay, so So when they finally get to the point where I feel like a lot of anime viewers dropped it was when mechs were introduced.
Mechs were introduced.
And it threw a lot of people off. And to me, I was surprised, but not too much, only because of all the technology that they were talking about.
Yeah.
So I feel like, okay, they have this organization called Auza. You know, Higan fought that first boss, which is, and he had like a lot of electrical technology, right?
Yeah.
They can even change their face. So I knew there's some technology going behind the scenes. When they implemented the mechs, I was like, okay, how are they gonna show these battles now? How are they gonna do this? And for me, I don't really like mechs like that or any I guess automotive stuff in animes. So when they introduced it, I was like, okay, I can see why a lot of anime fans or a lot of anime viewers dropped it right here.
Yeah, when they did introduce the mechs, I also thought that this anime was straying away from what it originally was trying to be, which was technically ninjas. So I hope that when they introduced the mechs, I thought it would just be more of an exoskeleton, like an extension of the cells. It would power up their ninja abilities, but it really just became like mech on mech combat.
Oh, then you brought a good point, and sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
They started with ninja fighting and ninja arts and actual jutsus.
Yeah.
Now, when they got to the mechs, he stopped doing it.
They just stopped doing it, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So like,
I was so disappointed.
I was disappointed too, because I thought, oh, okay, cool. So he's gonna use the shadow technique.
He never did that again.
He never did it again. Not at least not in his his mech form.
No,
so
throughout the whole season after
yeah, because after that he used like his secret art. But I thought that that's what they were gonna do. Like, I'm like, oh, he's gonna use his ninja arts while he's in his suit.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be like actual ninja clones now. But no, it just became standard mech fight. Now, in saying all that, I still did like it a little bit because this is like my aesthetic. Yeah, this is flowing away from it, but I still am having fun with it. It doesn't do the ninja thing anymore, but I do still enjoy what they were trying to do.
Now, one gripe that I had about this anime was the last few episodes of the season. When Higan finally got to the last boss, which is Yamaji, I didn't like how it ended.
Like, they just kind of left everything up in the air.
Okay, they ended quick.
Yeah, they ended it quick, yes.
They beat Yamaji, boom, done.
Boom, done, yeah. Well,
I was, what's his name? Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph got captured.
He got captured.
Yamaji's dead, but I wanted to see more.
And that's it. Zai almost killed himself.
Zai almost killed himself, yeah.
Higan's like, let's go move forward to the future. And that's it. He drove off in the motorcycle. And I was like, what the heck? That was the end?
Yeah, so like, I was...
There's no resolution.
Yeah, there's no resolution. Like,
no long resolution.
Not even like a, Hidan when they go and find like the other exile and say, hey, we're free now. Zai actually found a meeting in life.
Yeah, or
now.
like started a new ninja path or something like that.
And then like
no.
And then Mike like actually retired and he's actually fishing now. Like, nothing of that.
Yeah, that was
what do you think this is?
What the heck?
What do you think this is?
It was rushed. That's what happened. It was rushed. And even the Yamaji battle, I feel like it was so disappointing because Yamaji has secret ninja art, God's will.
Yeah, and basically it's a mental attack.
You go and use one at one time?
I don't know.
Because he only used it one time, and then for some reason Higan has plot armor, so he just goes full evolution mode, and then he does Zai's ultimate.
Hell
move.
yeah, that's right. He uses Zai's ability.
It was cool, but
let's go.
How did he beat God's will?
Because he was hot as ice and as cool as fire.
I didn't like that. Because Yamaji had God's will, and then he evolved even higher. He took all the energy from the source of the energy, and he became like pretty much like a source of light. And then Higan just became like the darkness.
He became black.
Yeah, and then he just used secret art, thunderclap.
Yeah, thunderclap.
And that was it. And that's how he beat him. And I was like, what the heck?
like, yes, let's go.
Oh, I was so disappointed. That was a battle that, oh my god.
Okay, so it's only because the general story to me was pretty basic.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's a warrior who was built as a warrior, meant to do things and not question anything. And that was his life. And so the moment that I heard that, I'm like, I already know where the story's gonna go. So I didn't really care about what plot holes or what.
You just turn your brain off.
Yeah, I just turned my brain off because like if you've already watched a lot of other media depicting this type of stuff, like you already know like the fallout and the problems that this causes already. So you can kind of turn your brain off and just kind of enjoy for what it is. So normally I'm really critical about story and about direction, but in this case, I kind of knew where it was gonna go, so I just turned my brain off and I was just interested in watching what everything. So the fact that I'm like, oh my god, he's supposed to only have one secret art technique, but he just uses his eyes. I'm like, I didn't really care. This is cool. Yeah, if you want something deep from this anime, at least from its story, you're probably not gonna.
No,
get
yeah,
it.
for sure. This anime, you watch just to enjoy it.
It's an anime music video.
Now, if you think any further than that, then you're gonna get disappointed.
Yeah.
One thing I did like that they should have talked about it more, show more variety of, is the secret arts.
Oh yeah.
I like how every strong ninja has a secret art. But yeah, so that's one thing I like that the anime did very well.
So now let's talk about the characters. Higan. He was pretty generic, I guess.
Yeah, he was very basic.
The stoic warrior character that it's relatively likable, very all full of vengeance. Well, I think what I liked the most about Higan was definitely just like his ability to fight and all that stuff. But other than that, he's kind of meh.
Yeah, there's really no in this anime. There's really no character development. Not really. Besides, when they get to the backstories, when stuff was more reviewed more, then I feel like that I guess character development was a little bit better. But in terms of Higan, he really didn't get much. His main story was just revenge. That's it. And then the anime starts to show more about his past, but then that kind of built everybody up, like Emma, Mari, Zai, Yamaji. Yamaji, the Chief.
Chief.
Yeah, even Mike got a better.
Mike, yeah.
Okay, Mike. To me personally, Mike was probably the highlight of the show. Mike
OG.
and I think Mari too, because Mari,
yeah.
she did a lot for everybody, I guess.
For Mari, she has probably the best backstory, but I don't know why, but she's supposed to be like one of the 3 best ninjas at one point in time. And then she got taken out by like some random people.
What?
They got attacked.
But Higan died too. What are you talking about?
Higan did die, but like,
You got jumped.
no. He let his guard down because he lost focus because he wanted to go protect Mari. He said, forget about everything that's in front of me, and he gets stabbed. I'm like, okay, so that's fine. But Mari was like, okay, Mari should be able to fight. But the fact that she died so, I guess the way that they portrayed it, like she died pretty easily.
Yeah, I know.
And so I'm just like, what the heck? I thought that was kind of a letdown considering that she was considered one of the 3 best ninjas. And then this whole backstory is all about her. I'm like, she just went out pretty easily, but they really want me to care about her. But I like I don't know how to feel.
Yeah, in the beginning when they showed her, we didn't think much of her. We thought
Yeah.
she was just like not an innocent, but like a civilian. And then as the show goes on, you find out she's actually a ninja,
She's like
one of the strongest ninjas.
She's like the best.
But then you know what they should have showed? They should have showed the battle between her and the guy.
Oh yeah.
Before she died, yeah.
Yeah.
Or that scene would happen. They never showed that. Now Mike. Now when the show started, he had some personality, and I feel like he was always in the way. I was like, what is this guy doing here? What is this cop doing here? He's a cop. Or
He's the
detective?
human.
And he was always like, wasn't able to do what he wanted because his organization, you know, the FBI, they never wanted to help him. So I was like, okay,
corrupted.
I was like, okay, Mike can't really do much. I feel like even Jason Cardenas,
Jason Cardenas.
he did some work too.
He did some work.
He was just okay,
He was the hacker.
but in the end, Mike came through.
Mike
You know,
came
he
through.
finally got
He
justice.
got Joseph.
And then they even gave him backstory, which is nice. And I was like, okay, this guy finally got some development.
Oh, and we can't forget the best moment. The drunk karaokeing.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
are my Cinderella.
Yeah.
I had to watch that twice. Once in English and once in Japanese. It was both great.
Now Emma, her review should have been bigger than it was.
Yeah.
When they reviewed that she was a part of Alza, I was like, oh, I was like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I thought
It should have been like, oh, what? It's probably because when they introduced Emma, she didn't get a lot of screen time in the beginning. Like, imagine if Mike was the Alza person, and then he became he was a part of Alza. It would have been bigger too.
Yeah.
Because they showed Mike so much, but Emma wasn't really shown like that. It was just like, oh, I was like, okay. As for the villains, I did like Yamaji. I'm not gonna lie, he was a good like evil
The
person. I guess.
the super stereotypical bad guy.
He was straightforward with his goal.
Yeah.
He wasn't like hesitant at all.
Yeah, he's like-
to hold the ninja path, which is like just control everything.
Yeah, control it. There can't be peace unless basically someone's
Yeah,
ruling
because
over
I
you
guess
guys.
ninjas control in Japan. That's what they
Yeah.
wanted. Before we move on, I kind of want to talk about this one guy he's so random. The chieftain.
The chief. Oh, the friend.
the old man.
My-
The guy who could transform.
Oh yeah, the actual chief.
Okay, this guy here, he pops out of nowhere, and at the end, he refused to be the chief. And I'm like, okay, like, what were you doing? Now, one thing that this anime confused me on was that Higan could see everything that the chieftain was showing him. I was like, how is he having this vision?
I think he's just hallucinating at
This
this
is like
point.
anime plot. Is this anime? You know, Higan's reacting. He's like, oh, he's like, that did happen. He's like, I can't believe it. He's like, then he's showing the chieftain's head getting cut off by Yamaji, and Higan saw that, and he's like, so how are you still alive?
Oh, he's alive.
I was like, what the heck? I was like, okay, this anime just stored everything out there.
Hell yeah, man.
That's crazy. That's why I was like,
So ridiculous.
my
Don't
brain
think too
was
hard
already
about
shut
it.
off. So I was like, okay, I'm not surprised anymore.
My brain was shut off by this point. I didn't pay no mind to it. All right, so enough about that topic. Let's go to the next one, which is pacing. I thought this anime was paced pretty well.
Yeah, it was good that it was short.
Yeah, it was short. Yeah.
Imagine if it was like 24 episodes.
Yeah. Oh well, I will say that at least for that small stretch where Higan got saved and was like injured for a time period, it did slow down a lot because it was like action, action, action. You know, he's for vengeance, and then at that point it was like a lot of backstory to make him say like, hey, you shouldn't do this just for vengeance, you know, and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, it slowed down quite dramatically now. I still like it, but it was not like the back-to-back fights. That
Yeah,
we
you're
were
talking about
getting.
when he's recovering.
Yeah, when he's recovering.
Yeah, when Emma finally revealed herself,
Yeah,
she was
before he
talking a
got
lot.
his armor.
Mike had to go do his thing. Yeah, in that middle part, like 7, 8, 9, I didn't really care about the other guys' fights. Like I didn't care about Mr. D's fight. All these lieutenants want to fight. He got one-on-one for some reason. Like they were just disobeying all of this thing.
Yeah.
And they just wanted to fight, and they died one by one.
Because they're not true ninjas where they follow the code. They were just there because they wanted to fight.
That middle stretch with it, I just feel like it was kind of a chore to watch. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't until I guess when Zai finally
Zai came back.
challenged him to a duel, and I was like, okay, here we go.
Because like
My mind's back now.
because half the fight was in mechs and they break, and then it had the last half was hand to hand again, and then went back to the original.
Oh, yeah,
style.
yeah, okay.
It went back to the original style. I'm like, oh yes.
The main part I like about Zai's battle was when Higan did that little hit.
Oh, yeah.
He did like a palm, the final hit. Yeah, he did the final hit. And then I was like, oh, nice animations. But yeah, the pacing, it was good that it was a short anime. I feel like it didn't drag on
Yeah,
too
there was no
long
reason
in
to
certain
stretch.
spots because they couldn't drag on too long. Now the only pacing issue obviously is the ending.
The
The
ending,
ending,
yeah,
it just
it
ended. It
just
just
ends
ended. I was like,
abruptly.
oh. Now the final verdict. Did Ninja Kamui fall off? Yes, it did.
Yeah, I would say
Only
so.
because it started off so strong with the first 3-4 episodes with the ninja waves. We were brought to believe that this is about ninjas, and then halfway through it, we got gerbated.
We got gerbated
and
into a
it
mech
became a mech
combat.
anime.
Not a good one either.
And that's why a lot of people dropped it and said it fell off. All right, here now we got our tier list. If you don't know, we rank every anime that we review so far. Watch these videos. We have these videos on our channel page. Check it out. We got all these animes right here. But for this video, obviously we're talking about Ninja Kamui. So where would you put Ninja Kamui?
I would say C. You might like it.
That's where I would put it too. No, okay. Would you put it above Rurouni Kenshin? So the way we're doing it is, the more left it is, the better it is.
I would actually put it. It hurts my heart to say this. Above Kenshin.
What?
Just because.
What?
Just
You are not a Kenshin fan.
Just because, again, this felt like an entire anime music video for 12 episodes straight. So I was just having so much fun just turning my brain off and just watching it. At least for Kenshin, I already have a pre-established thought on it. So that was the main reason why I didn't really like it that much. But Ninja Kamui was something wholly new to me. I had no expectations for it. I was just told, hey, we should watch this. And I watched it. I'm like, you know what? I enjoyed this.
Me personally, I had a trouble deciding between if it was a C or D. I'm not gonna lie. This is an anime I probably won't ever recommend. I'm not gonna lie.
I wouldn't either.
No
but,
offense to the production companies, but I will put it at a C- or even a D myself.
So I guess it'll be a C- in this case.
So you want to put it behind
'cause
Kenshin to, I guess, compromise.
Average it.
Yeah, so boom, we put Ninja Kamui right here. You might like it. So there you have it. That's our Ninja Kamui review. Ninja Kamui did fall off. For most people, obviously for this guy, he enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it.
And you know, me myself, I just had to watch through it. I had to get through it just so I could review this anime. Now, if you want us to review an anime, let us know down in the comments below, and we'll try to see if we could watch and review it. And also check out our channel page, man. We got quizzes and anime reviews also on there. Until next time, thank y'all for watching.